What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing my preview of Manchester City's game against Real Madrid in the Champions League quarter-final second leg. So before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. Social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Do leave a thumbs up. 100 likes is the aim. Do let me know your thoughts as well in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. Finally, this video is sponsored and it's brought to you by BetMate. They're running a £500 pot, paying up to the top 25 places with £150 for the winner. It is £5 to join. If you use code JSGC10 on sign up, you'll get £10 in free bets, and you can use them free bets to join this pot for free. This Champions League pot for Wednesday night is made up of Manchester City v Real Madrid and Bayern Munich v Arsenal. You can select up to 4 players from each team for this pot. BetMate is a free app to download. The links and details there in the description. It is available to anybody who is aged 18 years old or over, and it's also available to anybody in the UK only. There are lots of other available pots that you can go and check out, including game pots for tonight's game, Tuesday night. You can also go and check out all the other amazing games that they've got available with lots of big prizes. So do go and check it out. It is a great app. I'll speak more about BetMate later in the video. Finally, do remember, if you are going to gamble, do gamble responsibly, and when the fun stops, stop. So on to the match information for this game. This game taking place at the Etihad Stadium in the Champions League quarter-final second leg, currently 3-3 on aggregate, with winner taking all here on Wednesday, 17th of April 2024, with an 8 PM BST kickoff time, with the game being broadcast live on TNT Sports. Anybody heading to the Etihad for this game, do enjoy yourselves. I'm sure it's going to be another Champions League classic. Now, on to our opponents. Real Madrid, formed in 1902, led by manager Carlo Ancelotti, still first in La Liga, leading by 8 points with 7 games to play. Barcelona are in second place, and you've got El Clasico at the weekend, so a huge La Liga clash there between the two Spanish giants. But first, Real Madrid, before they can even start preparing and thinking about that, have to be preparing and thinking about the Champions League, because them going out here at the quarter-final stage to Manchester City, who knocked them out in the semi-final last season, would not be very good for Real Madrid at all. So they are under pressure, as I was speaking about last week. They were under pressure to get a win at the Bernabeu. They haven't. They've got a result. They've got a draw, so it is all to play for. But they know they've got to come to the Fortress Etihad Stadium in the Champions League and win. And no team has managed to come to the Etihad Stadium since April 2018 and win. Liverpool, the last side to do that in the quarter-final stage. That's the mountain that Real Madrid face here. Manchester City annihilated Real Madrid in the semi-final second leg at the Etihad last season, winning 4-0. So Real Madrid need to be very wary of Manchester City. Dare I suggest they're going to need to adapt their game to try and suit how to play against City, rather than trying to make it a little bit of a free-for-all. They may be happy to take a ding-dong battle involving Manchester City, knowing that they may well be on the receiving end on a bit of a spanking, but they may also be able to go out, score goals, and put Manchester City under a lot of pressure. I would recommend that Real Madrid play a very careful game here at the Etihad. Nice and tight, very compact. Don't give Manchester City space. Keep it to 0. Try and stay in the game as long as possible and sucker punch Manchester City. The problem is, it's just not how Real Madrid play. It goes against how they like to play. And that will suit Manchester City here, I think. And City will attack Real Madrid. They will do the same approach as what we did last season. First half, all guns blazing. City aren't just going to be pushing to try and score 1 goal. City are going to push to try and put this tie to bed in the first half like they did last season. So Real Madrid, they need to keep it to 0 at half-time. They need to stay in this tie as long as possible. And there's dangers everywhere. They've got decent defence, decent midfield and decent attackers as well. There's no excuse and no reason why Real Madrid cannot do this. In particular, when you're looking at the attacking threats of Vinicius JR, Rodrygo and Jude Bellingham, there's no reason why, if Real Madrid can weather that early storm from Manchester City, why they can't grow into the game and have every chance of success. But if Real Madrid are prepared to give City as much space as what we had at the Bernabeu, this isn't the fortress of the Bernabeu, this is at the Etihad Stadium in Manchester in City's own backyard. I think that will be to Real Madrid's detriment, so they have to adapt, in my opinion. If they don't, they're going to go out. That's what I think. In terms of injury news, Courtois, Alaba, they're both out. Tchouameni, I know, has been named as part of their squad that's travelled to Manchester. He's there just to give advice and experience. He won't be in the squad on game day. He's suspended, so expect Nacho to come into the side. Not too sure many more changes will be made from last week. It's pretty much just as you were. Lunin in goal, Carvajal, Rudiger, Nacho and Mendy as their back four. Camavinga, Kroos, Valverde, Bellingham going in as their midfielders with Rodrygo and Vinicius JR as their two attackers. They do tend to play with a 4-3-1-2 formation. So we'll see if Real Madrid do try and counter at Manchester City. Now, City formed in 1894, led by manager Pep Guardiola. Now find ourselves first in the Premier League. We were third last week, first now. Arsenal, Liverpool, they both lost games at home. Arsenal losing to Aston Villa, Liverpool losing at home to Crystal Palace. Manchester City won at home on Saturday 5-1 against Luton. Means Manchester City are now top of the Premier League. So you are seeing first place in La Liga, taking on the first place in the Premier League, and the two, in my opinion, the two best teams in Europe going toe for toe. It is a match worthy of the final. Real Madrid in brilliant form in La Liga, beating Mallorca at the weekend on Saturday as well. So both teams have had the same amount of rest. Real Madrid won that game by 1-0. Manchester City finding their feet and finding the goals. Won 22 of our last 27 games in all competitions. We're unbeaten in them 27 games as well. We've not lost a game since December 6th of last year. And as I said, we haven't lost in the Champions League since 2022. Real Madrid, the last team to beat Manchester City. We haven't lost at the Etihad Stadium in the Champions League since April 2018 against Liverpool 2-1 and going out 5-1 on aggregate that night, which is an incredible record. Now, City have dangers absolutely everywhere, and we've got players coming back from injury as well. Ederson back, John Stones fit, Ake and Kyle Walker made the squad via Luton at the weekend. Neither of them featured, but may get some minutes here. Kyle Walker, he's declared himself fit and he's ready for the challenge of Vinicius JR. So I wonder, are City going to start Kyle Walker, or are they going to give him an appearance from the bench should we need him? We'll have to wait and see. As I said, Manchester City, we won 4-0 against Real Madrid on that night, and the most important thing that we had was attack, attack, attack. That was our form of defence. Kyle Walker did a brilliant job in keeping Vinicius JR quiet that night. They had no outlet to their attacking players, and City just cut out that threat with the defence stepping forward. It was a brilliant defensive job as well as a brilliant attacking job from City. It was just all round the complete performance from Manchester City, and that's what they'll be looking for here again today. Kevin De Bruyne, he is also fit. So, bit of a selection headache here for Manchester City. So, I reckon Ederson will go in goal ahead of Ortega-Moreno. I'll pop up my team prediction, by the way. I think Walker's going to start this game. I think he's going to give him 45 to 60 minutes in this game. And after that, I think he'll send Akanji on to try and shore things up. If Walker isn't fully fit, I think Akanji starts ahead of Kyle Walker and everything else is the same. Diaz going through as our centre-back in the centre of the park with Gvardiol going on the left-hand side for City. I think John Stones will start alongside Rodri in defensive midfield with De Bruyne and Foden occupying the other midfield roles for Manchester City, with Bernardo Silva going on the right wing, Jack Grealish on the left wing, and you could see Bernardo Silva and Phil Foden alternate a little bit between central midfield and the right wing, with Erling Haaland starting up top, and there's plenty of good options from the bench. Julian Alvarez, Stefan Ortega-Moreno, Rico Lewis, Mateo Kovacic, Manuel Akanji, Nathan Ake, Matheus Nunes, Oscar Bobb, all good options there for Manchester City. Full strength from City. City do need to be wary. I think Ruben Dias is the only player on a yellow card warning. Should he pick up a yellow card in this game and City do go through to the semi-final, he will be suspended for the first leg. Now, in terms of my score prediction, I'm going for 3-1 Manchester City, and all four of the goals in the game being scored in the first half. I'm going with Erling Haaland to score first, then Bernardo Silva. Rodrygo gets a goal back for Real Madrid, and Phil Foden rounds things off towards the end of the half, and City will just look to try and shore things up for the second half, and City will do a job on that and manage to keep Real Madrid at bay. In terms of betting tips, both teams to score. Bernardo anytime. It's Bernardo's time. He loves to shine when it comes to big Champions League games. did so last season against Madrid, and I can see him doing so here in Manchester once more. Now, in terms of my BetMate Wednesday Champions League pot, made up of City v Madrid and Bayern v Arsenal. You can select up to 4 players from each team for this pot. Pot code FF-UCL-1704. My team, I'm going with Neuer of Bayern Munich in goal, with Raya of Arsenal on the bench. I'm going with Rudiger and Gvardiol as my 2 defenders. Rudiger of Real Madrid and Gvardiol of Manchester City, with White of Arsenal on the bench. I'm going with Bernardo, my captain, and Phil Foden, my vice-captain, my 2 midfielders, both of Manchester City, with Bellingham on the bench of Madrid. And finally, I got Erling Haaland up top of Manchester City and Rodrygo of Real Madrid, with Vinicius JR on the bench of Real Madrid. As I said, you can go and check out BetMate. Links and details there in the description. Next up, Manchester City, we go to Wembley to play Chelsea in the semi-final of the FA Cup on Saturday night. FA Cup on the line, treble on the line once more for Manchester City, just like it is in this game as well. Real Madrid, they take on Barcelona in El Clasico at the Bernabeu on Sunday. Huge title game in La Liga, so a massive few days there for Real Madrid as well. On a last note, there will be no live watch along, unfortunately, unlike what we had with last season. However, unlike last season, where I didn't manage to get tickets for Manchester City's second leg against Real Madrid, I have managed to do so this season, so I will be at the Etihad, and I will have a match vlog out for you guys as well to look forward to on Thursday sometime. I will have my live watch-alongs back on Saturday for the FA Cup semi-final match against Chelsea, so I will see you guys for that. Anyone that is at the Etihad, if you do see me, do feel free to come and say hello as well. Do love to meet you guys. Treble then on the line for Manchester City. Champions League trophy on the line. It's the holders against the best Champions League side in history. One side must go out, one side must go through. The winner takes on Bayern Munich v Arsenal in the semi-final. So the winner of that clash takes on the winner of this game between City and Madrid for Europe's biggest prize. And I say, bring it on. So there we go. That has been the video. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy this video, do leave a thumbs up. 100 likes is the aim. Do let me know your thoughts, guys, in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Do go and check out today's video sponsor, BetMate. Links and details, they are in the description. And I'll see you all again real soon for the next Manchester City video. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.